Well, here we are. My table's getting super messy. You can tell I've been working on some pinks. Look at this. This is like the history of this batch of babies. You see all their different layers and colors. He, for some reason, doesn't look like he got any yellow at all. So I think I'm going to do a yellow wash on him next. After he cools off, he's still hot. I'm finishing up these limbs. Whose limbs are these? Oh, these are Bryson's limbs. And he's just getting his pink on. He's heavily blushed and mottled. Some babies a lot, some babies not so much. Just depends on how I'm feeling. For example, here's Brooklyn. She's gonna get ready for her first flesh wash. Very light. She's gonna be a pale skin baby. I need to pink up her lips and put a little flesh wash on her. Bean is a little yellowy and very pale. Can put a flesh wash on this baby too. So I got a lot of flesh washing to do. I'm gonna pink up Bryson's hands real quick. Hopefully get all these babies to a place where I can start doing the details. I just kind of paint as I go. If they need something, they need something. If they don't, they don't. But seems like, for me anyway, I don't know if this happens to you, but when I'm at the end, I start kind of overdoing things or overthinking things. Thinking maybe just one more of these or maybe just a little bit more of that. I tell you. I'm excited to start the hair painting, but I know that once I start the hair painting, there's kind of no going back, so I have to make sure everything's right. And sometimes I take them outside because I work under this OT light, and it's a good light to work under, but it's not like natural light. So sometimes I'll take them outside and look at them outside in the backyard, and I'll think, ooh, this baby looks a little blue, or this baby looks a little pink, or this baby's too pale, and I'll just bring them back in and work on them a little more. And sometimes I'll overdo it, and I'll have to, excuse me, I'm hiccuping, have to correct that. And no, I have not been drinking. That's not my style. No judgment if that's your deal. Getting drunk and painting babies sounds like a good time to me. Just not my thing. I still have to go pick kids up at school pretty soon. Luckily for me, he's at school late. I get a whole extra hour to work. I am not complaining about that. I'll take it. Actually, I should use that extra hour to get stuff done around this house. Oh, my house is falling apart. My side yard needs cleaning. My floors need sweeping and mopping. Laundry needs folding. You name it. Bathrooms need cleaning. I really need to get at it. I just hate doing it. Hate it. I don't like housework. I love a clean house. Don't get me wrong. I just hate being the one to always do it. And I live with adults, so you would think that somebody else would chip in, but they don't mind living in their own yuck. You know what I mean? Nobody notices the floor's dirty. I don't know. But I know I need to, after this batch of babies, I need to take a couple days off of painting and working and get my house pulled together a little bit. I have had the same basket of wash to fold on the table all week long. Yuck. Mohair everywhere. I would love to just have a mohair closet. You know, have a little light in there, a chair, a little rooting pillow, some music, some snacks, and all that happens in there is rooting. And that way none of the mohair would find its way out here and into every doggone thing. Ugh. It's gross. But alas, my studio is only as big as it's ever going to be. Just blushing. I'm creasing and doing a tiny bit of blushing. I'm going to have to re-blush after I do flesh layers and other layers. But might as well get a little head start. I I went for a really nice walk today. Today's my 4th day of walking. I have been so busy that I have not been doing the things I need to do to take care of myself. And walking is one of those gifts I give myself. It's really good for my brain. It's really good for my heart. I am no spring chicken, and I have a little guy to raise, and I intend to be one of those oddly healthy women in your 60s and 70s that you think, how is it possible that you're that old? I mean, I know I'll look like a bag of shit, but I'm okay with that. I just don't want to be sickly. I know too many people who are, I think I've talked about this before, but one of my very best friends and my sister-in-law, she was a triathlete in her 60s. And she ended up passing away early from a weird cancer. I mean, what can you do about that? But man, that woman, she looks great. She attracted attention from men in their 30s. Not that I need to attract attention from anybody, but I mean, I'm just giving that as an example of how great she looked. She was just fit and happy, and her skin was great. And, you know, she just didn't make that number a big deal. She didn't use it as an excuse to slow down. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know if it's just something that happens naturally and you have to fight. I don't know if it's personality. But there are plenty of 75-year-old women who are taking care of business, you know? And then there are some that just can't get off the couch and have every ache and pain and fibromyalgia and wobbly eye and arthritis and, you know, and they just can't drive anymore. And I'm thinking, really? No, 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 no. It's not time to lay down. Get up, girl. I want to be that girl. Not the laying down on the couch one. I mean the getting stuff done. I have so many projects, so many things I want to do and experience. I don't have time for laying on a couch watching TV or doing a puzzle. I have to stay busy. Once you hit 50, you realize that, you know, there are more years in back of you than in front of you. And you're like, oh, wait a minute, all that stuff I said I'd do someday? Well, someday is either here or it's gone, and I need to start shaking my bacon and doing things. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like, oh, I still have goals. I still have dreams. I still have all these things that I still want to accomplish. I need to stay healthy. So I try to go for at least a 45-minute brisk walk every day. I'm not a runner. I was in high school, but you know, a nice brisk walk is great. It's great for your body. It feels good. It's nice to be outside in the morning. So I walk my son to school, and then I just keep going for 45. And I have a gym membership, but damn if I have been to that gym twice this year. I just don't enjoy it. And everybody says, oh, you'll get the gym high. You'll get addicted to it. Just keep going. You won't be able to not go. You'll feel yucky if you don't go. Nope, it's never happened. On day 20, I still felt the same way I felt on day 1. Not interested. I don't like it. You know, if I'm gonna like walk or run or lift or stretch, I want to do it meaningfully. You know what I mean? I'll walk to the post office, I'll bike to the grocery store, I can lift up things in my backyard because Lord knows lots of work needs to be done out there. I feel good about that kind of exercise, but pretending exercise, meh. Not for me. It feels silly. It feels wasteful. I just don't get into it. It's like, I'm doing all of this, lifting, walking, running, and I have to pay to do it. And at the end of the day, there's nothing. Nothing got done. Nothing got accomplished. I didn't go anywhere. And the funniest thing is when you go to the gym, you're always looking for the parking space closest to the door. It doesn't make any sense. But I have the gym membership for bad weather. So if there's no other way I can get outside and get a little activity, then I can go to the gym and walk on the treadmill or something. All right. Ta-da! That baby is done, son. Now let's see, what do we have here? Whoa, we got this baby. I'm gonna give this baby a little bit of yellow. What I'm gonna do is yellow up this baby real quick with a tiny bit of mustard. I think there's still some bright yellow in there. I would mix this in a bowl if I were doing all the babies, but I think this is the only baby right now that needs a yellow wash. So my goal is to get these babies all in a place where they look okay and I can go over them, make sure there's no messy business, make sure that everything's tidy and looks the way I want it to look, and they have all the layers that they need. And I'm not going to put you through every single layer because we would be making this video a long time. And we'll do some hair painting. And I'm not going to go to town. It's not going to be super crazy hair painting, just basic. Oh, this baby has the sweetest face. Oh, the babies are done. Well, they're mostly done. I still have to do nails and a few touch-ups, but for the most part, heads are ready to be painted. And I just got so excited and impatient, and I wanted to get started. I have one baby still in the oven, should be done soon, but we can get started. She's really hot because I just pulled her out when I switched babies. I think she turned out great. And this is Little Bean. She's all pink and red and cute. She's supposed to be preemie size, so I wanted to keep her a little preemie colored, you know? Teeny weeny babies still have all that vascular action. So that's my version. And here is Darren, very pale, little pink. Remember, I talked about Brooklyn and wanting to keep her kind of on the pale side. So there she is, she's done. And then the last baby is still in the oven. That's Bryson, and he was the peachy baby. You know, I'm pretty happy with him. I'm going to be using my paint palette. This is what it looks like. Every once in a while, it gets a little dry and I have to reconstitute it. And not that long ago, I actually changed it because it got yucky. I got this palette, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, I want to say. I can't remember. But what I like about it is it has a clear lid and it keeps these paints moist and protected from dust and hair. Now, this palette doesn't stay this color, just like with all the other paints. As soon as I get tired of a color or I run out of a color, if I really like it, I'll try to repeat it. If I'm meh, then maybe I'll just try something new. And I don't do a lot of blonde babies, so I don't have a lot of blonde colors, but that's kind of the lighter end of my tray. And over here, I just have some watery brown. This is black. This is kind of a gray brown. This is kind of a red brown. And these are kind of lighter browns. That's the only way to describe them. I can tell you they're all a combination of black, burnt umber, baby skin, titanium white. I think that's it, all just in different color combinations, just mixing them together. And sometimes what happens is I have a little bit left over here, there's just not enough and I don't want to get rid of it. I might take something over here and just mix up a new color. That's kind of